Hi guys, this is Miss Tamez. I'm leaving a worksheet for you. On the top it's called Algebra 2 Assignment Solve Each Equation, and I want to go over absolute value. So absolute value is, sometimes you see y equals, I don't know why my pen is doing this, that big gray circle, but it's these straight up and down lines. And inside, you could have variables, you could have numbers, you could have a various different things inside. So sometimes it's a f of x because it is a function. And what these symbols do is makes whatever is inside positive. Um, the definition is distance from zero. And that's why it is positive, because you can't have negative distance. So I know this is down here on the bottom, but I'm going to write this. So if I have a number line, I have 0, 1, 2, I'll put 3 also, and then -1, -2. And so if I want to know how far 3 is from 0, it's this distance, which is 3. If I want to know how far -2 is from 0, it's this distance, and it's not -2 distance, it's a +2. So that's what those two lines do. So if I have -3, I should have done -2, but -3 inside, what it does is change it, and the answer is 3. If I have -50 inside, it changes it, and it's a +50. If I have 84, which is already positive, nothing changes because 84 is already positive, so your answer is positive. Okay, just a little note, we're not graphing right now, but the graph looks like this, because that's a straight line, but it goes up on the left also like a V, because it doesn't have any negative values. Now it can move all around and be down here in the negative, but it's a V shape, not a parabola. A parabola is x squared, and that is like this. That's x squared. But we're not talking about x squared today. We're talking about absolute value. Okay, so I want you to follow along on the worksheet as I do some of them. And please stop or pause the video so you could get them done for the numbers I said, and then you'll be able to finish it and turn it in. So number one through 1, 2, 3, 4 are all the same kind of concept. They're all the same concept. So number 1 says x, absolute value of x equals 9. What are the two answers you could have? I'm going to put my answers in green. So your answers that you could have is 9 equals 9. So 9 is an answer. I'm going to put number 1 through 4 there because these are all the same. And then also, if you had a -9 in there, it would change it to a +9. So 9 and -9 are the answers to 1. So pause it right here and answer number 2, 3, 4. Okay? That says an A. Answer 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right, so now we're back and we're on the second type of question. So the second type of question are one-step equations. So this is like number 5 through 14. So these are one-step equations, so you should just take one step to solve. Oh, no, not number 2. Number 5. So number 5 I'm going to start with is p plus 3 equals 9. Now when you're solving absolute values, remember this could be a +9 or this could be a -9. So you've got to think of two answers that would satisfy this. So I'm going to change to green again. So to make this a positive 9, 6 plus 3 is 9. So one of my answers is going to be a 6. And then I have to think of what would make this negative 9. Well, a big negative number, if I add 3, will make it a negative 9. So what you need to think of is what's 9 plus 3. So if I had negative 12 plus 3, that is a negative 9. So my answers are 6 and negative 12. Now, I did the opposite because this is a plus 3. I tried to figure out what it is. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, you just divide. So number 6, number 7, you just divide by that number. So 10 times what is 80? And then 10 times what is a negative 80? So you have to get the two answers. And they're the same number, just positive and negative for the multiplication. And also for division. I guess I don't have any one-step division in there. So pause the video right now and answer. So I'm writing on like a little tablet. Answers number 6 through 14 on the worksheet, and then come back. And then we'll do the next type, which will be two-step. Okay. The next types are two-step, and they are numbers 15 through, I'd say 15 through 23. So these took just one step. I just got to think of what number is there. And what we did was subtract 3. And then we had to get a 9. And then we had to get a negative 9. So for a negative 9, you're also subtracting 3. But negative 9 minus 3 is negative 12. And 9 minus 3 is 6. So this is like minus 3. We minus 3 from both sides. Minus 3 from there. Minus 3 from there. That's how we got 12 right here. And 6 right here. So number 15 is negative 2, absolute value, 5 plus x, absolute value, equals negative 10. So these are two-step. So first you got to get that absolute value alone, and once you get it alone, you could figure out what the two numbers are that will make it a positive and negative, whatever we have on the right. So right now we have this negative 2 out here, this negative 2. So when it's right next to it, that means multiplication. An opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide this by negative 2 and this by negative 2. So we have addition, subtraction are opposites, and multiplication and division are opposites. So these go away, and I get 5 plus x equals 5. Now you could do what we did in this middle section. You could do, I'm sorry, I don't know if you can see my mouse going back and forth. It's a green dot on my screen. But 5 plus what is 5? Well, one number is going to be 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. And 5 plus what is a negative 5? So 5 plus what is a negative 5? The positive is easy. The negative is a little more difficult. So we need to have a big negative number to have that. So it has to be negative 10 because we're going to subtract 5, and then we're going to get negative 10. Oops. So negative 10. Negative 10 plus 5 is 5. So now, again, pause this video and answer 16 through 23. But like on number 16, that's division. So you had to multiply 2 and 1. And then 17, you have to add the 8. 18, the 9 is first, but you subtract 9. Did I already say pause the video? Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't pause or come back. 19 is minus a 3. 20 is minus the 9. 21, you have to add the 1 and then multiply. So what divided by 3 is that number? That's going to be a fraction. No, it's not. Sorry. And 22, you have to subtract the 3 and then divide by negative 1. Actually, let's do 22. 23, you have to add 8. So pause it. You could skip number 22. I'll do 22 and 24, and then you do 25. Okay, pause it right here. Work on these, not 22, and then we'll do those. Okay, so for our last ones, we have 22 and then 23 to 24. Number 22 is a little tricky because it has that number in front. So this number is adding, and how do I know it's adding? Because there's no sign there. So when there's no sign, that's like a plus 3. So my first step, because it's a 2-step, is to minus 3. And I get this. Oops. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Now, I said this absolute value can't be negative, which it's okay because it has this negative in front. If it didn't have this negative in front, there would be no answer because it cannot be negative. So I'm going to multiply this side by negative 1 to get rid of that negative, and multiply this side by negative 1, and I get m over 4 equals 1. Now, this is division. This is division m over 4. So what you're going to do is multiply. You're going to multiply 4 and 1. So your two answers are 4 times 1 is 4 and negative 1. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. And if you plug it in, 4 divided by 4 is 1. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. So those are your two answers for 22. I did 22 also. Okay, so no, I'm not doing 23 to 24. I'm doing 24 to 25. Last one. So number 24 I'll do, and then 25 you do. So 24 is multi-step. Oh no, it's a 2-step also. I'm sorry. 24 is a 2-step also. Subtract the 4 and then, oh no, it's 3 steps. So we're going to subtract the 4, divide by 3, and then figure out what the last thing is with the absolute value. So I got 4 plus 3, absolute value x plus 6 equals 40. So this is like an add, so I'm going to subtract 4. Remember, both sides is this equal sign. 3 x plus 6 equals 40 minus 4 is 36. This is multiply, so I'm going to divide by 3. And then I get x plus 6 equals 36 divided by 3 is 12. So what plus 6 is 12? Well, 6 plus 6 is 12. And then I got to go big negative. And the way you could think of it is what big number subtracting 6 is 12. And 6 plus 12 is 18, but it's a negative 18 because we're going to use the negative side. It's going to be negative 12. So we're going to get x equals negative 12, and then we're going to minus 6. That's the other one. Okay, so you could stop the video and do number 25. 25, you have to subtract 1 and then divide by 7. And then multiply because it's division. Okay, let me know if you have questions. You can send me email always, or write on your paper, but you should be able to complete most of these with this video. I know I went fast, but you could pause at any time and re-listen if you need. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.